Am I the butthole for telling my dad not to bother with me because I'll be gone when I'm 18? My dad wasn't around when I, male 17, was a kid. Always working, and when he was around he didn't do much with me. All school stuff, games, B-day parties were only my mom while he would just be at home. Then it came out he was cheating on my mom when I was 7. They split up, but I stayed with my mom. He never visited or would say he is and then not come. I pretty much forgot about him until my mom passed away a year ago, and my life has been crap ever since. Don't worry, I'm in therapy. I got an awesome therapist and talk to her every week online. The thing is, I was forced to come live with my dad. I wanted to go with my grandparents, but he wanted me to be here with his family, and grandparents pushed me into going with him. My dad's trying to act like he hasn't ignored me all these years. He married the coworker he cheated with, and they had my little sister who's almost 2. She's a cutie and the only one I actually like in this house. Probably won't see her after this, but not like she'll remember me. My dad knows I don't like him, and literally every day he bugs me about doing stuff with him and his wife. I don't talk to them or do anything when they invite me. I make my own meals at different times so I don't sit with them at the table, go to school online, stay in my room, talk to friends, go to work or play with my sister. But never do anything with them. When I moved and I told my dad this doesn't change anything with him, and I don't care if he decided to step up now that my mom's gone. I don't want to connect him. Even when mom was doing chemo he never offered help until after she died. He said he hopes to change my mind, but all I said was good luck. I was off yesterday. My dad invited me to go out for pizza, but I told him no. He was fed up, I could tell. Said I need to start getting used to him being in my life again, and it's better for us to start trying to build our relationship. That made me snap. I said don't bother because I'm not going to be here that long. As soon as I'm 18 in 4 months I'll be out of their house and he won't see me again. My dad was shocked, he didn't believe me. But I told him I've been saving money ever since I started working a couple years ago. I'm even already looking for cheap apartments, and my boss is going to let me work full-time so I'd make enough to support myself, won't need help with college since I got grants and financial aid for that. He's been silent ever since and not trying to talk anymore. My stepmom gives me dirty looks. Earlier she said I was an ungrateful crap because I hurt my dad deeply, telling him I'm going NC soon when he's tried to make things right. Don't see what the big deal is when we didn't see each other for years and it's obvious we know how not to be in each other's lives. But guess I was an ass for telling him I'm leaving. Was I though? Not the butthole, he deserved it. You could have held off on telling him to be more comfortable until you leave though. I don't think he deserves another chance at all. I mean, he can kick me out if he wants, and at least I'll get to be with my grandparents for a few months before I turn 18. Funny your stepmom thought it was hurtful to ignore your dad, but not hurtful to sleep with a married man who has a child. Thoughtful face. She's got no business stepping into your relationship, or lack thereof, with your dad. Keep doing what you're doing, just get your ducks lined up in a row before you go. And good luck. Edit. Wow, nice, thanks for the award, kind stranger. Never had one before. Cool face, thumbs up. Nor did she care that Op's dad ignored Op. His first child, for a whole decade. I don't get why people like Op's stepmom would even want to have a kid with a man who abandoned his existing kid for a decade. Like, that is literally the opposite of dad material. Not to say he cheated on his first wife, for absolutely no valid or known reason. Who's to say he won't cheat on his second wife? If they'll do it with you, they'll do it to you. Marrying your mistress creates a vacancy. When a man marries his mistress, he creates a vacancy. Hadn't seen your comment when I posted mine. Yours is good too. Quite literally. We only get one side of the story here. I can't think of any excuse to abandon your child, though. Cough, she probably encouraged him to cough. Or he lied and said that the ex wouldn't let him see Op. That's what my ex has told his. Oh God, somehow this woman pissed me off the most in this story. Who the F does she think she is? Make sure you have all of your important documents already. I've read other times people have done/tired to do this, but their parents keep their social and birth certificates to keep control over them and or convince them not to leave. Oh yeah, that stuff I got in my lockbox with some other stuff of my mom's I kept for me. He never asked for them when I came to live there, so kept them safe myself. Perhaps, keep the documents with your grandparents or someone else trusted out of the house. It looks like there are rough waters ahead. Don't give him the chance to mess you about. Belt and braces. Good luck. Or a safe deposit box, if original poster can get one at his age. Same with the bank information. Dad could clean that out. Lawyer's daughter/survivor of butthole parent antics here, not a professional, just advice. Going with the document stuff. If you haven't already. Keep the hard copies, original documents, at another trusted place like your grandparents' house if you really trust them. Keep scanned copies on a thumb drive that you can easily hide. And if you want hard copies to look at, keep those soft copies in the safe at your house. Parents, especially butthole parents, tend to think their kids owe them something for staying around. I hope your father doesn't pull stupid stuff, gaslighting, guilting, and returning the awkward feeling back. Just my personal experience, my dad always kept his ear to the newest girlfriend he had in the house. Her authority was dominant and we had to be crushed to show he favored her over us. Insecure butthole girlfriends got to love them. Watch out for yourself, hope your dad doesn't give you hell, and I hope your girlfriend doesn't Jiminy Cricket your dad into giving you hell. She sounds like the insecure type, so that's why I say that. Best of luck, my dude. You are way ahead of me though with the money egg tucked away. I just lucked out and had an aunt who was willing to take me in. Just remember your support system when things get tough. There will always be someone who is rooting for you. Edit, not the butthole dude, not in a million years. I'm not sure why you're blaming the GFS if your dad continued to choose the same type of woman over you, over and over again. That's on him surely. Yep. The girlfriends are 100% buttholes, but a parent's first responsibility is to their children. This father clearly failed them. Sometimes it's easier to blame the people you aren't related to/attached to. People who change their personalities to go with whoever they're currently with are often really good at acting the victim. Make sure to get an ID if you haven't already, before you move out, too. Best of luck to you, Opus 100%, NTA. Keep those documents away from your dad's house. Maybe at your grandparents'? If he even thinks you may have a lockbox, he will start looking for it and grab it. It doesn't matter if he doesn't know what's in it. He will know that it contains stuff important to you. Absolutely not the butthole. He had his chances. Now that you're in a terrible situation and overcoming grief, which good on your original poster, seriously, he wants to pretend he hasn't been a deadbeat for most of your entire life. He wants to play family now that he's decided he feels like it. You're supposed to just pretend that he wasn't an absentee father your whole life, go out for pizza and play nice with his family? You sound mature well beyond your years. Working, striving for your education, solid life plan. Your dad needs to learn that he can't just undo 17 years of neglect by going out for pizza a few times. His wife kind of gets a bit of a pass as she's going to be biased in his favor. She had the misfortune of marrying a cheater, and likely knows a very filtered, washed version of events. Also, she doesn't matter, so she can be whatever kind of person she wants to be. I would say though, maybe try to find a way to stay connected to your little sister when you go. Don't disturb your life plan, stay true to yourself. Your dad needs to accept that you'll come to him if/when you are ready. That could be never. Could easily be never. That's fine. If you want to go NC, you're perfectly in the right. Kind of a bit annoyed at your grandparents. Maybe they are just misguided, but pushing you toward your father knowing the situation comes off as manipulative. But benefit of the doubt to them because you say they are cool and we have no reason to doubt. You seem like a pretty good judge of character for your age. Super proud of you, Op. Stay on your true path, you've got so much good going for you despite all you've been through, and that's beautiful. I wouldn't give the wife a pass as she was the AP with whom Op's dad cheated. Totally fair point. I was thinking more lost cause on delivery. She had the misfortune of marrying a cheater. And making one. It is completely upon Op's dad that he cheated. The stepmom might not have even had prior knowledge about him being, regardless, marrying a cheater makes her an too. But at the end of the story, the dad is the butthole. They both are TA. Even if she didn't know at first, she absolutely knew when he had to get a divorce. And she knew that he had a child which he abandoned, yet she still married and a child with him. They both are disgusting people. Totally not the butthole, but I hope you get to say bye to your stepsister. She may not remember in 10 years' time, but she will definitely remember and miss you for at least a few months. We killed a fly during lockdown and it turned out to be our one-yo's pet. She kept asking about it for 5 months and would even hold up her food towards the spot the fly used to perch on every meal, hoping it would come back. It was only with us for 2 days. When my daughter was 3, she got a balloon. She named him Balloony. Long after he deflated, she continued to cherish him, and if I would suggest it was time to maybe part ways with him, she would get hysterical. She wasn't much of a tantrum thrower, but if Balloony was involved, all bets were off. Dear God, Balloon died? Goodness, we need to prepare the funeral. Not poor Marvin. Make sure he can't get to your money since he knows you have some saved up. He might try to sabotage your plans. Yes, this. Does a guardian have a shared access to the account? Is it possible for a 17-year-old to cut off the access or just withdraw the money entirely to protect it? You are NTA, but you showed your cards here. Make sure to protect your assets for the next 4 months. Even if your dad throws in the towel, the stepmom could still be a problem and start sniffing around. I'm sorry for your massive loss. I wish you all the best in your leap to adulthood. Make sure to protect your assets for the next 4 months. Carrot, this. He might try and drain your accounts. You have to be smart right now and make sure your money is safe. If he's your guardian, doesn't he can have some sort of access to it? If he's desperate enough to trap you into a relationship, he might deflate your finances to force you to stay. Have you considered moving in with the grandparents? Pay some rent if they'll accept it, but not the crazy rates you find locally? Are they within commuting distance to the college you're going to? Believe me. Even with grants and such, working full-time to cover rent and then having to do classes all day and then homework. You also have some grief you haven't been allowed to process. That can be a huge issue once you're in a position to properly deal with your trauma. I'm saying this as a warning from someone who has been there. My mental health tanked when I was away from the source of my trauma. I ended up dropping out and now it's all crap. I know a lot of folks who've had similar stories. There are so many of us who try to power through on our own. Some made it. Some find a decent paying job, high enough pay to quit classes. If you can make the process easier, do it. There is a pride in doing it all on your own, but there is love and pride in having people who love you there with you while you crush it. To the folks going to argue, yeah, people are capable of doing full-time and excel in school and pay all the bills and be totally independent. But most of the folks living alone or off campus are doing it with help from mommy and daddy. I've seen it too many times. This may have been said other places, but to receive federal financial aid you're going to need his tax info until you're like 23. And the fact that the little home-wrecking cheat nugget chimes in to say you're an ungrateful crap tells you that yeah, you made exactly the right decision, op. Not the butthole. Home-wrecking cheat nugget. Bruh, I can't. You're an ungrateful crap for hurting your dad's feelings, but he and I are saints for cheating on your mom and likely causing her to develop cancer and ruining your life. That's what op stepmom and dad sound like. Not the butthole. I'm so sorry for what you had to go through and I wish you all the best. I don't think cancer works like that. Wanted to upvote this until I read about the cancer. No, that is not how cancer works. Won't downvote you for the rest, but this is a wild and very, very false claim. Edit, update equals upvote. Look, the situation is extremely crafty, but he did not give her cancer by having an affair. That's not how cancer works. Also, she didn't cheat on his mom, his father did. Put the blame where it belongs. Earlier she said I was an ungrateful crap because I hurt my dad deeply, telling him I'm going NC soon when he's tried to make things right. Ho ho ho, that's rich coming from her. Oh, he doesn't. Dad son, F you, I'm not a part of your life. Op continues to live a crap life. I'm with you by the way, Op. Also dad, I'm coming back. Start a relationship with me. You don't have a choice. That is straight up mental abuse. Op, not the butthole. Edit, oh yeah, And if the stepmother knows anything about Op's struggles yet refuses to stand up for him, that's even worse. She's no better than him. I agree on not telling them until he left. I would have also kept your savings a secret. I've read a couple posts about parents being able to assume control of their children's assets and the child couldn't do anything about it because they were still minors. And seeing as you're still a minor, you needed a guardian to help you open your bank account, as far as I know. If your mother helped you before she passed, then keep that info to yourself. If it was your father, try to get your assets moved to a new account not tied to your father. Instead of an apartment, see if you can get in a dorm for free. Dorms close between semesters. Op will need permanent residence somewhere. Yup, he doesn't at all. And the galls of that woman calling original poster crap and giving him dirty looks when she destroyed with his family along with the sperm donor. Disgusting, both of them. None of them deserve a chance, and original poster deserves to have a good life without them. Do these people think kids/teenagers don't have memories? Not the butthole. This. They also apparently don't think teenagers have as acute emotions as adults do. Which is amazing, because people will also undermine a teenage opinion as being emotional and hormonal when teenagedom is usually the first time you know how to emotionally express yourself on your own. I've seen more full-grown adults be emotional over stupid crap than I've seen teenagers. Some people don't grow up, they just get older. This comment is gold. Saved. It's psychologically proven too. Aging doesn't guarantee maturity. Some people stop developing at certain stages. I can't tell you the inner peace I felt learning that. Best comment ever. Didn't have a gold though, so take my poor man's hugs. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe to be the first to know about Red Rabbit Reader's new videos. If you like our videos, please like them on YouTube and share them with your friends. We welcome your comments below. Press to start another of our videos.